Alright YouTube, today's project I'm working on my personal daily driver. It's a 2001 Dodge Dakota Sport 3.9 liter 4x4. The modification I'm making today is on the lighting of the vehicle. I'm going to make a modification to the fog lights where they stay on while high beams are on. I'll show you real quick. So headlamps, fog lights, and I'll show you the front of the truck. Alright, headlamps and fog lights are on, and by putting on the high beams, the fog lights are now off. Most auto manufacturers do this nowadays. It's required by most states' laws to work as such. Personally, I want my fog lamps on with my high beams. It just allows more illumination in front of my vehicle while night driving. I'm a very punctual driver. I like to make sure that I do turn off my high beams while approaching oncoming traffic. Honestly, I don't even think any of the Utah police officers even know the law. I've actually been pulled over for several things throughout the years, and I knew more about the laws at times than the police officers did. I one time got pulled over in a 1963 Jeep, and the police officer was going to give me a ticket for not wearing my seatbelt. And I informed him about Utah's law about any vehicle older than 1968, you do not need to wear a seatbelt in. Anyway, he went back to his police car and called his supervisor, figured out what the law was, came back and apologized. But this may or may not be breaking Utah's law. I haven't really looked into it. I probably ought to, but I'm going to make this modification anyway. I've been wanting to do this ever since I bought the truck. I just haven't taken the time to do it, even though it's a real quick and easy modification. I looked it up online. I do not want to take credit for this. This was on a Dodge Dakota forum or something like that. Someone has already gone through the diagrams. I could by all means do it. Get into my repair manual, find the wiring diagrams, and trace it back to these wires and do this. But it's a pretty simple modification. I looked it up on YouTube. No one's made a video on this yet, so I figured I would as I make the modification. So right now I'm going to show you. First, remove your inner kick panel. Come down here to your, I think it's a ECM, and there's two wires that we're going to be splicing together today. Pin number, I believe, 22 right here. It's a white and tan wire in plug number 1, and then we're also going to be down here on plug number 2. It's a white and violet wire, plug number 7. I think it's second from the bottom on the left, and the first wire is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one down on the left. I'm going to splice those together. It'll allow me to keep my fog lamps on while my high beams are on. So I'll make the modification and I'll come back and show you the results. I'm back. I've made the modification. After pulling the panel off, cutting the wires, crimping, I thought about shrink wrapping and soldering this stuff, but those wires are kind of far apart, so I just used the jumper wire. That'll tuck up in there once I put the panel back on. I've actually got a CB wire coming through here, and I've got a remote start installed in the truck. So don't be alarmed if you don't see like a harness there and stuff. Anyway, so it literally only took me probably a minute to actually splice in this jumper wire to go from the white and tan to the white and violet. And so I'll show you that the modification works. So headlights on, fog lights on, high beams are off. Alright, headlights, fog lights. Come back here to the truck. And now high beams are on. And the fog lights are still on. That's the modification I wanted to make. I believe on some of the older Dodges. My father owns a Dodge Durango. It's a 98. Mine's a 2001 Dakota. I think you can just jump a wire in the relay. These newer ones, they changed the electrical in the years. This is quick, easy modification. By all means, use this at your own risk. And I'll see you next time, YouTube. Thanks. Bye.